7B, Chapter 131-18, Offenses, Use of Tobacco Products, sponsored by Mayor Trefethen by request.
This public hearing is open. Anyone wishing to speak on this matter?
Thanks.
So, hello, my name is Brian Eldridge. I'm a junior at Dover High School.
I'm Chase Rachosi, and I'm a freshman at Dover High School.
I'm Aver Munoz. I'm an 8th grader at Dover Middle School.
So, we are all members of Dover Youth and are here to speak in favor of this proposed ordinance change. Dover Youth is an underage drinking and drug abuse prevention program run through the outreach department of the Dover Police Department. There are about 70 plus. So we have proposed this ordinance change, which would restrict smoking in portions of Henry Law Park, and more specifically in front of the band shell, as well as in front of the Dover Children's Museum.
So we've recently found out that there's been a large amount of smoking going on in the upper section of Henry Law Park near the Dover Rotary band shell. We noticed this problem last year during the Kachiko Art Festival shows, and a lot of us on our own time have just been there and noticed a large amount of smoking going on. There's also been a considerable amount of smoking going on near the premises of the playground area in the rear near the Dover indoor pool. And that concerns us a lot because there's, of course, a large amount of children that use that playground area. So up here on the PowerPoint, if you look around you, we've got a couple of visuals. We've displayed just a portion of the ground at Henry Law Park. This is in the upper section of Henry Law Park. And if you can see, there's a lot of cigarette butts just all around there. And so we noticed this, and so this past summer, during our annual youth summer training program, we sent a team of our own youth up to Henry Law Park, and just for a quick half an hour, we had them pick up as many cigarette butts as they could in just the upper section of Henry Law Park. So on the screens around you, you can see just the pictures of our youth team going up and picking up those cigarettes. So in that just half an hour that we were picking up cigarettes, we have picked up 926 cigarettes, and we have those cigarettes displayed in the jar, and Avery's going to show you.
The area that we would like smoking to be restricted in would be the area within the black fence along Washington Street across from the Noggin Factory, as you can see up on the visuals. And also the area would be back behind the indoor swimming pool, that playground area.
So we've contacted several organizations who would have an interest in the park to see how they feel about this issue. The executive director of the New Hampshire Children's Museum, Justine Roberts, enthusiastically supports the idea. The Dover Chamber of Commerce's executive director also supports the idea. Lastly, we contacted the Dover Rotary Club, and they sponsored the Dover Rotary Bandshell, and they made a big investment in the park in general, including the Dover Rotary Gardens. And they're also in favor of restricting smoking in this part of the park.
Dover Youth would also be willing to help fundraise, to help pay for any signage that would need to go up, just around the fenced area and around the playground, just so that there's no confusion whether it is a smoking or a smoke-free area.
So we feel this is a reasonable step to take just because we're not trying to restrict the entire park. We're just trying to restrict portions of the park that are very popular for families and children to use, and that the presence of smoking can make this uninviting, and by restricting these areas, the amount of litter from the smoking would be greatly reduced. So thank you very much for your time. We'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have.